played, had a lot of success. We had a great deal of academic success, had a great deal of off-the-field success. Had a phenomenal amount of message. I got a message from a kid the other night. I was going through a situation, just said, hey, man, I appreciate everything you did. You made me tough as nails. I love you. And at the same time, you know, you move on. You wish those guys well because they're your guys. And it was a great time. It was great for our family. But now we're here. And you're blessed to be at one of the great programs with great players and great leadership. I know a lot about Columbus. It'll be a great town to continue to live. We enjoyed our 6 years and raised some kids, and some kids are going to college there. But now we'll move over here and get moving on. So, again, loved our time, but we're excited about moving forward as well.
Some of your players at Indiana said that you intimidated the athletic trainers there. What's your reaction to that? Mm-hmm. Some of your players at Indiana said that you intimidated the athletic trainers there. What's your reaction to that?
I don't think our team and program was considered, I think, the worst program in college football to have the kind of success it had if it wasn't for love, energy, commitment, unity. And that's why our team competed so well. So the Lord said, you kind of see the way our team played, you see the way our players have moved on and been successful, and now you see what we're doing here.
What was your relationship with the athletic training staff at IU?
Yeah, I think a couple of times were the best I'd ever been around. Outstanding. Patrick Spill, they're off the chart, just like our guys here. And those guys handled all their decisions. You just get ridiculed when Tevin Coleman come out of game. The damn team missed a bunch last year. So those guys ran the ship. They did a great job. Did a great job of players. Again, you take a losing program and have that kind of success. That was a great commitment from a lot of people. Those guys were awesome.
Kevin, what's your top priority in spring with getting to know JT Barrett and inserting your offense in the way that he plays the game?
I think the first thing, in my opinion, one, is really getting comfortable with the way we do things and earning their trust. Because again, you can always tweak a scheme or an attitude, but like I say, for the players we've been around and what we've done in the past, the first thing you have to do is connect with kids and to get those guys to play together and play hard and play as a unit. So the first thing I do with JT is, one, you got one of the best players in the country every day. You got to bring your best every day. Be great in the meeting room, be great on the field, be great like today in our practice plan. I could have done a better job. I thought our players did really good. I thought I could do a better job. And as we go through, it's going to be, again, my ability to connect with our staff, my ability to connect with the players, and we have our units, but as a coordinator, like, how do you get those guys to play together? And so working with JT means you got to bring it every day at high end.
I don't mean this is a slight to the talent you had in Indiana. You had quite a few NFL players there, but what you inherit now, I imagine on paper, looks a lot more appealing in terms of the personnel. Does that get you, as a coordinator, more excited or open up things that you could do that you couldn't have done the last couple of years?
Well, again, we've got high talent here, but the talent we had over there was really good too because we recruited and developed it. What we did in the weight room, what we did off the field, what we did in practice. So we had, I think we said last 2 years, the most amount of all conference players and the most guys going to the pros and the most guys in this. So you can talk about talent, but it's also getting guys to play. And I mean, shoot, a year ago, we're the best offense in the Big Ten at a place you say has no talent.
I didn't say it had no talent.
That's what I'm saying.
I was careful.
And talent doesn't win. It's the ability to play together. And that's what I'm saying. Like my ability to connect with JT, it's Coach Day's ability to connect with JT. And then my ability to take that and Coach Stud and Tony Alford, what Coach Alford and Coach Smith does, and then bring those groups together to play as an offense. And I think that was one of our strengths over there, is to get a bunch of individuals to come in and play as a group. And that was the thing I think we're most proud of what we did over there. And over here, that's going to be the challenge. We've been really good on offense. There's a lot of individual players, but it's the ability offensively to collectively bring it all together. And that's what we're going to work hard to do.
So Indiana and Ohio State were 1 and 2 2 years ago in offense, and you put those. You guys were 1 and 2 in scoring. Indiana, Ohio State 2 years ago. If you put those together, I mean, does that mean that you guys are just far and away ahead of the Big Ten then?
No, because again, what you did in the past doesn't mean it's going to happen again. Again, to me, you start with the ability to run the ball and be physical. You got to take care of the ball. You got to take care of the quarterback. You got to find ways to make those big plays. You got to find ways to score. And then you got to do it week after week in what's getting to be probably the best bracket in college football. In the city, say we got a lot of answers. We don't. Our thing is to one, take what's been the best offense in college football, bring in quote an idea, but really just observe and see how we do things. And like Coach said the other day, and they said to me from the start, this is Ohio State offense, and how can we make it better? And we don't make it better with change. Change is change. It's the ability to, again, me as the leader of the coaches, get those guys on the same page, take it to the players, get those guys on the same page, play as units, play week after week after week in social media where there's so many comments and egos and parents and influences get away. How do you become a great team and a team player? So how do you take all this talent and flush the talent side and become a team?
Kevin, I would imagine a lot of coaches.
Talk to him, Dave! Tell him, Again, we wouldn't be here doing this job if those things were true. So, again, anyone can have an opinion. I know the Department of Ed looked at everything. I know this school's looked at everything. I know we're very, very comfortable with what we're doing, where we're at, and we're excited to move forward.
What was your thought about that investigation?
Again, the athletic director had outside counsel, found no evidence, and that's why we're here.
Kevin,
why was
the
it important for you to
investigation
get back
found
on
that
the
the
side?
culture needed to change. What are your thoughts about that? The culture under
Kevin's
your
a Buckeye,
program.
folks. Kevin's a Buckeye.
That's the athletic director. He made that call, and we appreciate that. We appreciate the opportunity to give us to coach there. We appreciate the opportunity to coach those kids. I'm very grateful for those kids and what they gave our family, and appreciate them, all their comments moving forward. And at the same time, we're excited to be here and coaching these cats and do our kids.
Kevin, how will you change it all as a coach or in relating to players? Is there anything from Indiana that you felt like you needed to switch anything up?
I think like we tell our players every day, you're always, as a coach and player, you're trying to get better. I just told our guys earlier today that you know, as soon as I just said our last thing here, as we're getting out of here, we've had a couple of good days. We need a good day tomorrow. We'll come to the weight room, we'll watch tape, and I go, if today was my last day of coaching, I hope it was the best it could be. If today was my last day with my wife and kids, I hope it's the best it could be. Because as you go through every day, you're trying to get better. So I've never had a day as a coach I was not trying to get better. I think as a coach, you're always self-evaluating yourself. In relationships, we've had unbelievable relationships and love. That program was built on love and respect and playing hard, and that's why what the talent that wasn't there, that most people consider the worst program in the Big Ten, right now I just saw today is considered one of the better programs in the Big Ten East. And that's a credit to those kids and what they do. And I appreciate and love them, and I wish them nothing but the best. At the same time, I'm excited about this crowd and these cats and work with these guys and see what we can accomplish.
Kevin, why was it important?
Adjustment for you going from the head coach to now?
The real adjustment has been, to me, just Coach Meyer's, his passion and energy and direction every day is at another level. And like you're on point. And I just feel like as a coach every day, like he demands, quote, my best every day. And he doesn't demand it from JT, he demands it from every person in our organization across the board. And I think that's why, there's tradition here, there's talent here, there's resources, but there's also a standard that is the highest standard that I've been a part of. And you have to take care of yourself, have the energy and the concentration you need to bring, quote, high-end work, whether it be recruiting, whether it be working with your players. You're responsible for your players. Ultimately, I'm responsible also for the offense. And it's an awesome obligation he puts on you. And I respect the way he does it because it's high end.
How do you mesh the idea that you've obviously run your offense very successfully, but you're coming into this offense, and it's not your offense, it's their offense. How do you mesh that and incorporate what you do within this offense?
I think over time, like we weren't a big playbook offense. We've been in a lot of places. We evolved over time. At Northwestern, we had a great evolution of some things we had to do to give our kids a chance to be successful. I got hired at Oklahoma because of some of those things, but with injuries to Jason White, our plan changed. Adrian Peterson showed up, our plan changed. Sam Bradford showed up, our plan changed. We went to Indiana, the plan changed. Each year was different. We had quarterback injuries one year, lost our starting quarterback, our backup in third. We were a running team with Tevin Coleman. You guys saw him here. Next year with Nate Studfeld, we're the best passing team. Every year we change. So I'm kind of used to change. I have core values in offensive football that parallel almost exactly word for word verbatim to what Coach Meyer believes. So the first adjustment is not an adjustment because we're on the same page as far as how you want to run the offense. Maybe the language is different, maybe things you emphasize. As I continue to learn and grow that, in time maybe we enhance. But right now we're kind of running our stuff and, again, running with some great players.
Kevin, why was it important for you to get back on the sidelines this year?
Excuse me?
Why was it important for you to get back on the sidelines this year?
Oh, I mean, one, I love coaching. I love working with kids. Never thought about not doing it. Grateful for the opportunity and blessed for the opportunity. Grateful to Coach Meyer for reaching out and for Mr. Smith and the coaches and players embracing me. But at the same time, it kind of happened quick. I just, I wasn't planning on, I'm kind of a ball coach. I wasn't planning on ever not coaching. And it's just kind of what I do. I don't know if I'm good at it, but I have fun at it and enjoy what we do.
You spoke to the
effect on you,
evolution of
Coach?
your offense. Can you just speak to the influences that have gone into
Last
helping
question
shape
right
your
there.
offensive philosophy?
Excuse me?
Can you speak to the influences that have gone into shaping your offensive philosophy?
As a high school player, my high school coach, I think he won about 370 some games, an old school running guy. And split back veer, but it was run. We played 3 games in a row and never threw a pass. Had some great fundamentals. As a matter of fact, I talked to my college coach 2 nights ago, my position coach, John Matsko, had a great influence. He's with the Carolina Panthers now. Called me up asking about Dan Feeney, our lineman there, and Pat Affline, and some guys we had here, and just we're talking a little bit, talking about coaching. He was a big influence. Dick Crum, got a nice letter from Coach Crum the other day. He lives up in Northeast Ohio still, was my head coach at Carolina. Was very excited about me being over here. He was an influence. But the main influences were Randy Walker, who coached me at Mineville, Ohio, how to coach our coaches, gave me a chance to run an offense, and working with Sean Payton over there and Ken Zampese and all that, but it was Coach Walker. Kind of gave me a chance to fall on my face and make mistakes and learn and grow. And, I thought I was a really good coach when I was at Miami Northwestern. I went to Oklahoma, and we had very good players, and I realized I wasn't a good coach because they were still making the same mistakes. And it caused you to really self-evaluate yourself and your ability to communicate, work in the meeting room, get those guys going. Bob Stoops was a huge influence. And I'm going to tell you something, in 2 months, Urban Meyer's been a big influence on what I'm about. So, been very fortunate. I got, me, a lot of energy, a lot of juice. Believe it's a tough game that's played physical, but also believe it's a game that's exciting and full of energy. And every day you get to coach one of the greatest things in the world, someone's kid, and go out and play football. Like I say, we're happy to be here.
Coach, thank you very much. What would you say to those Indiana players who feel they were mistreated?